Itamo Pinakomiop. It is August 30th, 2015, about halfway through the lunar cycle of Pakipist, so it's Tsiitspi when the choke cherries ripen. And I'm up early. I've been up since 4 a.m., having just returned home about 1 a.m. last night from Portugal. And I'm up because I'm just too excited to sleep anymore. I've got a lot of inspiration that I'm carrying with me from our visit to Tamera and seeing the way that they lived out there, and hearing some of the ideas that I might incorporate into the next iteration of whatever I'm going to do as an educator, and just some of the lifestyle changes I can incorporate. And so one of the things is going to be nutritive. I know I've done this before, but being 6-7 days on a totally vegan diet was actually a great experience. Both Mahoney and I agreed we missed the meat early on in the process, but we soon became accustomed to it, and we started to feel our bodies feeling much more clean than we usually do. And in fact, when we came out of when we came back to Lisbon after Tamera, the first meal that we had was what would otherwise for us have been considered a very light and healthy meal, which was a pasta that just had, it was like a pasta that just had some olive oil on it and some shrimp, some prawns, and some tomatoes with mozzarella cheese, this kind of a thing. And that pasta and cheese made us feel really like bloated, and it didn't feel right. So we've agreed we're going to shift up our diet and start eating mostly a vegetarian diet, fruit and vegetables, focusing on the local foods mainly, although might have to for a while till we get a good system down. Might take a couple of years. Pull in some from the global food trade. Like at Tamera, they were using rice, which they must have gotten from elsewhere. They were using tons of lentils, which I don't think they were growing themselves. But they had a lot of their food was, I think, grown right there. A lot of zucchinis, a lot of peppers, a lot of the local food, the plums and apples and these kind of things. Tomatoes, which I think they probably grew themselves. This morning for my breakfast, I'm having an ear of Tabor corn, our local corn. I'm having a cup of coffee, and yeah, I'm feeling like excited to get on with some shifts in attitude, mostly, not necessarily in projects, but in attitude and approach. And this nutrition thing, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We have a grocery store within 5 minutes walk. We should be able to start eating a much more clean diet, get our bodies feeling healthy like they were out there. And so this is going to mean a huge reduction in the meat that we normally eat. Normally meat is the center of our diet here. We eat a lot of meat, big steaks and big chicken breasts and all this stuff. But yeah, we found that we didn't really miss meat after a few days, and the vegetables and fruits were just making us feel so good. So we're going to draw back considerably on our meat intake, not eliminate it, but put meat where it should be, as maybe one small dish, and there's a lot of other things that we can explore, and I'm hoping to really kind of get into the project and create some locavore menu items that are very, tasty and original. So hopefully I'll be putting together some videos, some how-to cooking videos, using our very local products in the future. But yeah, today is just going to be trying to get back on track with the diet. We got sidetracked when we went through Lisbon and the airport because there wasn't enough access. We didn't have access to our own kitchen. We had to rely on restaurants, and the restaurants typically had some garbage mixed in with most of the items on their menu. So, but now we're home and we can do whatever we want, so get the project rolling. Yeah, our apple tree here is producing like tons of apples, and they're ready. They're starting to drop on the ground, and I've been picking them up. The ones that are still good on the ground I'm gonna eat. Like I'm gonna munch on this one right now. But I think at this point I gotta figure out something to do with all these apples this week. Something to do to take them and preserve them. Either making apple sauce or doing something with them. Could even freeze them. I did that with crab apples last year. But yeah, something's got to be done because they're ready to go. You see my massive pumpkin garden. There's some beans in there too, here and there, but mostly it's pumpkins, and we'll probably have a good number of melons, I think, just out of this little thing. Once they're ready, they're getting there. I think I saw one this morning that was looking fairly large. Where was it? Oh, it's right here. Hey, right here. It's looking pretty good. So, and I know there's others. There's another one right there. There's a bunch of them. So, yeah, pumpkins on the way. Apples are ready, and I'm gonna add this to my to my corn for breakfast. Apple number 2, gobbing a little bit of natural peanut butter on there to thicken it up a little. I just made us lunch. What I made was rice with Saskatoon berries that were dehydrated. I rehydrated them in the rice, put a little bit of wasabi soy sauce on there, have mandarin orange slices and some beans. Mostly just provision stuff that we had around the house. Haven't done any shopping or anything like that yet, so I'm just digging through the cupboards and I found some stuff to get together a little bit of a meal. But I'm hungry, it looks good. Dinner tonight is tortellini with kale, green beans, garlic, tomato sauce, and yeah,